Yes, so that feedback was kind of harsh because my boss needed a change, and a quick one at that. Some parents were complaining about my output at that time, and then she told them, okay, she might be every other thing, but this aspect, don't worry, we'll work on her and she'll do it. When the feedback came to me, of course, we might tend to start being defensive as teachers. That is one thing we need to unlearn, especially in this 21st century. Do you know what I did? I sat down and I thought about some of these things, and I asked myself, how can I become a better teacher? That's why when teachers like Mrs. Gift Godfrey joined us, and of course, she later grew to the ranks of leadership in that same organization, I had to learn from her. Sorry. I had to learn from her. She was she was very, very handy. I asked her loads and loads and loads and loads of questions. Ma, this and this and this is what I'm going through at this moment. What should I do? They'll tell you, okay, read this. Okay, you tell yourself the truth between yourself and God. Do you think you're doing right? It was like a very good assessment on me all the very time I discussed with her. She will never talk down on leadership. She will never talk down on you. She will just tell you to do your assignment so that whatever complaints is coming from that end will either stop or there's an improvement upon your practice. So I'm bringing it out to you there, teachers. Try to ensure that feedback, either positive or negative, does not affect your output. We've had teachers, very good teachers, that do so well, that teach so well. But when we tell them to, now that I'm consulting, when we tell them to either adjust their practices or perhaps listen more to the strides or the complaints of some parents, they see it as a lot of stress, a lot of um these people are giving me too much stress. They see it like, if this school does not work, I'll go to the next. You know what that does to you? Even if you go to the next school, I'm promising you that that behavior, that change that you were supposed to have made in the previous place, it will somehow show up. Why? It is called character. Do you understand? It will somehow show up, and this time it might even become louder than you think, if especially if you are in a place that is very, very process based, that looks through everything one wants to do, that flaw will be so pronounced. Now the question is, do you want to keep leaving several schools, one school to another, how many schools will you leave? How many schools will you stop working for before you actually pick that lesson that God wants you to learn part time, or that the system wants you to learn? That's how to maintain your relevance in the education space. So we hear teachers leaving a particular school for, like, say, 100,000 naira increment. Yes, I know 100,000 naira is a lot in this economy. Don't mistake him. Don't let me make you feel like money is not good. It is, but sometimes learn to build your roots within, especially in those times where the spotlight is not on you yet. You have all the time, you have all the graces available to you. Use them to your own benefit, so that you don't do things that will mar your years of input. And yes, we also get to a point where some teachers, by the time they start making extra funds from maybe side businesses and all of that, the main business, which is the main job that they get to do from, say, 9 to 4, suffers the most. They are on that job, and they are, peddling with their phones, going up, meeting up, trying to meet up with their suppliers and all of that. I'm not saying don't do business as a teacher. I'm saying do things at the right time and in the right space. You can send all of those messages, you can reply to all of those messages on or before 8 a.m. and then you go into the classroom. After the school time, say 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you can also continue with that message. If you let your folks know that from morning till 4, I'm not available for calls or for chat except on emergency, trust me, they will adjust to it. So let's not bring this I don't care attitude into the classroom. Let's not make school owners look as though what they are asking us to do as teachers is just too much of a thing to do. Do you understand? So, because as much as we are, trying to tell them, adjust, please do this for teachers, please make sure they're comfortable, we should also tell ourselves the truth. If we don't tell ourselves the truth, we will not be able to adjust positively and bring out results. See, let me tell you, nobody wants to open a business that will not bring profit. Nobody wants to venture into a business that is full of complaint. Nobody wants to venture into a business that they will not beat their chest to say whether I am there or not, my business is moving on as should be. Dear teachers, if your school owner has to be in school for certain things to go on, or for certain demands to actually do well, then we need to question your integrity. We need to question your sincerity. We need to question if you are truly a teacher or a cheater. So please take corrections. Sometimes those corrections might come in class swaps. So okay, because you're struggling in this and this area, this other teacher isn't struggling in those areas, can you allow this teacher come in while you go to the next class? It is not called demotion in any way. Even if you are sent from year 6 to year 3, it is not demotion, sir. There are some things you still need to learn in that class. You don't know all the topics, you don't know all the skills. You are still a work in progress. That you are sent to a particular class to fill up a particular space does not in any way affect your relevance. Can we get up to that? Can we grow up to that point in life? Can we go up to that point in our teaching profession? And stop making school owners look so bad all the time. They have their flaws. The day I'm going to touch on that, of course, I usually touch on that kindly and swiftly. But for today, can we just look ourselves in the mirrors and tell ourselves the truth and say, let us do our bit and make sure we do it well. All right, so until I come here again, take care of yourself. I am Ogechi Nwoke-Tugbiyele, global education consultant, from serial entrepreneur based in Lagos, Nigeria. We're open for consultations. We're open for Azuri Education World. We sell educational materials, books, and the likes. You can reach us on 08069481933 should you want to make inquiries or you want us to visit your school for some consulting jobs. Take care of yourself and have a blessed week.